I'm Emily Roof, and today I'm going to be talking to you how I found out I had abilities, and with that I have to go through my life story. Most of it, not all of it though. It started with childhood. My mom nurtured me, my creative stuff a lot, so I had a very vivid imagination, and with that I was like on top of the world. Then you get to middle school and you go through puberty and I have no idea. I honestly felt like I was not normal. I felt out of place. I felt like I wasn't from there. Like I started feeling things and I was just like, I don't understand. I started to see an apparition and I was scared of the dark in middle school, which I wasn't used to be before. Just got afraid one day. So I get to high school. Wasn't really friends with I was friends with everybody, but I didn't have I had one main friend that I would stay around, but that was about it. Still didn't feel normal, but just went with the flow, right? My cat had passed and I saw him 3 days later because I didn't get to say goodbye, so I saw him and I was like, oh, he's saying goodbye. So it didn't freak me out that I saw things, but still didn't think of anything of it, although the fact that I thought I was empathic, but that was about it, not a medium. Began watching the Dead Files show. That was my show at the time, and still is. I was like, that'd be cool if I could do that, but I was like, then again, I was like, what she does is kind of, woo, interesting. So went through college, didn't really want to know what I wanted to do in college. I was just like, I'm going to college. Still kind of felt out of place, but I guess that's a part of growing up, right? I was trying to find my way, and then all of a sudden, somewhere around 2018 era, I was almost done with college, had 2 years left, found out what I was gonna do, and my world was shattered when my stepdad had passed, and shattered my mom's world. So with dealing with that a month or two, as in a depressive state, I decided I was not going to do this anymore. I needed to do something about this mood I was in. So I decided to take care better of myself and my mom. So I started working out 3 to 4 times a week for 2 hours a day where I was working at, and I started eating a lot healthier. Gave up meat except for seafood, and just drank water, started doing yoga in the mornings and meditating. I think that's what really opened me up, needless to say, but doing that very consistently throughout the weeks. And so I started getting better in my mood, and just, to process grieving, it's a process. So if you're going through grieving right now, just take a day at a time. It will get better, I promise. But as I kept meditating and more, I began to see things in my meditation, because I would do guided meditations and I was very visual, so it wasn't too freaky, but I began seeing things. I began seeing beings. I began seeing angels. I even went to a different dimension once and didn't even know I did, but saw a big tree out in my yard that wasn't there in this dimension. It was just wild. I thought I was going a little crazy after I saw my stepdad. When I was on the couch one day, I went to sleep, but I was in that meditative sleep where you're almost asleep but not asleep quite yet, and he just walked through the door, and my mom walked that way and he walked this way, and I was like, yo, you're supposed to be dead. And I was freaked out. I jumped to the other couch because that's how freaked out I was, and I was like, ooh. And he didn't say anything. He just had a stern look, and I was like, maybe he's pissed at something. And I was like, I don't know what this is. So then he kind of floated away, and I was like, woke up, and I was like, what a weird dream. But whatever, shrugged it off, went about my day. Still didn't think I was medium. So then I meditated some more, saw things here and there, started dating again, putting myself out there, met a great person, and saw more things, started, how do I say, and, saw more things, right? So then at the year of 2020, I decided, after discovering Alice & Co., which really put me on a wormhole because I really was trying to figure out what all these beings were and whatnot and why I felt the way I felt. Kind of gave me some clues, I guess you would say. And then I saw Journey to Truth podcast. Kind of when the first episode they have with Alice & Co. is when I found them. And so I was watching them, I was going through rabbit hole, trying to figure out what the heck is going on with me, why am I crazy, all that wonderful things you hear. But so at the year of 2020, they had a guest on the show named Ivan Teller. He's a channeler. And I decided, after two-time failed attempt to book a BQH session, because every time I would try to do it, the screen would freeze, even if I did it on the computer. Universe has their ways. But anyway, I booked a session with Ivan Teller, and I got to talk to my higher self. I asked a bunch of questions about all the beings I've been seeing. I got to meet my guides, and I got to talk to an Archangel Michael. And that surprised me because I had an aversion to angels, just anything in religion whatsoever, because I was put off by it since my awakening. And it really blew my mind because everything that happened before and prior, my stepdad had this thing, and then when I was at my fiance's house now, his aunt had passed in November before this channeling, and I saw her, and I was just like, oh, you're okay, because I heard her cough. I was like, you're okay. I was like, they'll be okay. I was like, you just need to find that light, because I thought that was the thing to say, and she found it. And when she did, my person that I never saw before popped up, which no one knew who she was until I asked my mom after I drew her, but she wanted me to know that was my aunt, and I didn't know at the time because I wasn't really sure, but she wanted me to know that I was a medium. Like, hello, you can do this. But back to Ivan Teller, my aunt came through, and she's like, yeah, she's a whippersnapper, and she wanted you to know that you were a medium, and you are a medium. You have that ability, and you cross over people unconsciously. And I was like, huh? You even did that with your stepdad? And I was just like, huh? I was like, yeah, right. And then Archangel Michael was like, yeah, you can channel us too. And I kind of pushed that off to the front for it, because I was like, mediums? Passing on dead people? Like, what you mean? But it did give me comfort in knowing where I came from, where my soul was, why the way I was, and everything else. And literally, he changed my life. Did I really do anything after that? No, not really. It took me about 2 years, but I did do stuff. I cried for about 30 minutes after that session because I was not crazy. I had answers of why I was seeing things, and I started doing Reiki. I did Reiki level 1 and Reiki level 2, and started playing with mediumship with Facebook groups. And now I'm taking an actual class, which is awesome, and just stepping into my power. I'm no longer doing my job that I was doing. I'm pursuing this beautiful spirituality gift services that I have for full time now, and I'm just really excited. And that's how I found out I had abilities. So what a wild ride it's been. And if you're going through an awakening period, just take your time and don't rush anything. Just take one step at a time and know that you're not crazy and everything will be okay. With much love, have a great day.